The reason why I decided to pursue my education and go down that trajectory is because I was really raised to be a servant leader. My dad was a servant leader. My mom, in her own way, was a servant leader. And I thought that I also owed it to my community to be a servant leader. And with that, education comes into play. And I needed an education to do the most good in my situation. I'm Courtney Williams, and I'm the Associate Director here at Homes First. So I grew up in Pennsylvania, so I am an East Coast gal. That being said, I do consider Washington home. I lived in a small town called Lehighton. It's south of Allenstown a bit, so not a lot of people know about Pennsylvania. So I'll say south of Philly, about 70 miles. And I also lived in Tennessee, and then when I was 12, we moved here, and I never looked back. So my education is pretty diverse, from private college to Evergreen. I attended St. Francis University upon graduating in 2006. That's also in Pennsylvania. My dad went there, and I thought, I'm going to be his favorite child because he has two girls. And so score some points with my dad. St. Francis University is a beautiful campus. That being said, there was more I think I wanted to gain from my education. And so after about 2 years of being at St. Francis, I came home due to some personal reasons and looked into Evergreen, and I was also a single mom at that time. And Evergreen became a real dream come true. It really helped me to be accountable for my education, which makes me who I am today and who I want my son to be and aspire to be. So I graduated with my bachelor's in 2014, and then shortly thereafter, in 2016, I got my master's in public administration with a focus on nonprofit administration. So I pursued a master's in public administration for that, and specifically at Evergreen for a really close to home and heart reason. So I was in a class called Civic Intelligence. It was actually called CIRL, and it's Evergreen, so acronyms don't mean anything. And Douglas Schuler, who was my professor, I'm still really close to him. He gave me a lesson in life that I do not think I would be who I am, where I am today, if I didn't have him experience his class. And in fact, in day one, I almost walked out of that class. And for whatever reason, I stayed seated, just because it wasn't what I was used to. I was used to a private college, and this was Evergreen, day one. And shortly, I soon realized he was giving me autonomy in something that I never had in my education. We were really structured. And the autonomy allowed me to do and think creatively about how to solve problems and how to really be strategic and not be topical. And one day, I'm really passionate about helping individuals who are homeless, and that's always been a passion. That being said, I wasn't doing enough, and one day I realized that. I was driving, I saw an individual who identified as being homeless. I had a hygiene packet in my car, and I gave him it. And I remember driving and thinking, oh my God, that felt good. Because it's natural, it's human nature to feel good about doing something good. But it was in that moment, and because of Douglas and the way that he taught me to think, and I don't think he even knows that. I tried to convey that to him, he's taught me that, but he really did. I realized that did not do anything. It solved a problem for the moment, but it wasn't making a ripple. And I knew instantly that I needed to continue down this path because I want to actually put a dent and work on solving the problem. And it is not a year, you don't solve it in a year. And I think our generation and a lot of people think it needs to be instantaneous, it needs to be now, but it's life's work. It's a lifetime commitment. And so that's why I went down that path, and that's why I'm here.